What if the crescendo of unchecked rage could shatter not just enemies, but the fragile harmony of one's own soul, much like the furious symphonies of Beethoven's Eroica, where heroic ambition teeters on the brink of self-destruction, echoing humanity's eternal battle with the monsters within. Hear the discordant clash of amplified voices piercing the night, taste the metallic edge of adrenaline-fueled fury on your tongue, feel the tremor of a heart pounding like a war drum against unyielding resolve. This is the electrifying storm at the core of Episode 9 of SI-VIS, The Sound of Heroes, released on November 30, 2025, surging forward in the Revelation arc where secrets unravel and alliances fracture under pressure. It delivers a visceral surge of intensity, reminiscent of the pivotal confrontations in historical uprisings like the storming of the Bastille, where suppressed fury erupts into transformative chaos, immersing you in the fray as if you're standing amid the echoing halls, the air thick with sonic waves, leaving you breathless. In the face of blinding vengeance, what melody could pull you back from the abyss, or will the suspense of its answer haunt you until you witness it yourself? Building on Episode 8's simmering undercurrents of suspicion and covert maneuvers, where the SI-VIS group navigates veiled threats akin to the espionage-laden courts of Versailles on the eve of revolution. This chapter explodes into open conflict that propels the narrative into uncharted emotional depths. The ensemble's hidden identities clash with external forces, evoking the dramatic unveilings in ancient Greek amphitheaters where masks fall to reveal raw humanity, as a vengeful pursuit dominates the forefront. Allies intervene in moments of high-stakes desperation, their actions mirroring the selfless rallies of civil rights marches where song becomes a shield against oppression, while subtle disclosures about antagonistic ties add layers of intrigue. The episode crests on a harmonious resolution amid turmoil, yet dangles unresolved shadows that tease greater betrayals, drawing you into the scene's pulsating energy. As if the amplified echoes reverberate in your chest, the crowd's roar fading into a tantalizing whisper, compelling you to seek the full symphony's unraveling iron plot progression. Episode 9 propels the overarching narrative into a fever pitch, unveiling revelations about duplicated threats and inherited vendettas that reshape antagonist dynamics, twisting into a cliffhanger that suspends the group's fragile unity, akin to the shocking alliances in epic sagas like the Iliad, where kinships fracture under war's weight. Key twists, including an unexpected vocal intervention that diffuses chaos, balance high-octane action with reflective pauses, achieving dramatic equilibrium through pacing that surges like a musical build-up. Frenetic confrontations give way to poignant lulls, ensuring neither dominates. This rhythm feels impeccably tuned, heightening immersion without exhaustion. Fans often debate cloudy aspects such as the motivations behind a duplicated antagonist's ruthlessness or the feasibility of a calming melody in combat. As an original anime without manga, light novel, or web novel sources, per Aniplex production statements emphasizing standalone storytelling, these ambiguities are deliberate seeds for future arcs. The duplication ties to thematic explorations of identity echoes, not literal twins but symbolic mirrors of unresolved grief, providing context that the animation amplifies through auditory cues. The melody's efficacy roots in established lore of emotional resonance amplifying powers, clarifying it as a narrative evolution rather than convenience, informed by director Yoshida Daisuke's notes on blending idle performance with heroic mechanics. Character development resonates with profound intensity, unmasking psyches that fracture and reform under duress, much like the tormented introspections in Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment where rage births redemption. June dominates as a vortex of fury, his motivations scarred by personal loss manifesting in choices that surprise with their unbridled ferocity, consistent with his gentle facade yet transformative, as he grapples with vengeance's cost, leaving you to question your own capacity for such unleashing. Kyoya anchors with steady intervention, his hidden wounds of doubt evolving into surprising assertiveness that fosters group reliance. Nagi, the enigmatic quiet force, undergoes a revelatory shift, her actions and sparse dialogue surprising in their potency, bridging isolation to kinship in ways that heal collective scars, as if you're bearing the weight of their turmoil, feeling the shift in your own pulse. Thematically, the episode delves into the cacophony of revenge versus reconciliation, manifesting in sacrifices where power's allure tempts moral dissent. Characters harness sonic fury yet seek hope's melody amid despair, interrogating, can rage's echo be silenced by harmony's embrace, echoing the philosophical tensions in existential works like Sartre's No Exit, where hell is others' judgments but salvation lies in shared voices. Survival demands ethical pivots in unity, enriching the universe with lore of amplified emotions as volatile energies, complicating heroics by tying cultural performances to psychological warfare, akin to historical minstrels whose tunes swayed battles in medieval courts. Dialogue vibrates with poetic force, sharp and evocative without cliches, lines that foreshadow shadow fractures and resonate like Martin Luther King's rhythmic orations amid strife, carrying prophetic weight that lingers, pulling you into the chaos as if the amplified words boom in your ears, stirring suspense. What incantation would you utter if your voice could shatter or mend the storm? Technically, the animation from Studio Volin dazzles with fluid, kinetic sequences. Stark reds and blues symbolize clashing rages yielding to soothing purples of resolution, lighting etching harsh shadows that embody inner demons, where stillness intense standoffs erupts into frenetic movement. Beauty here as a dissonant symphony, shaping. Impact like a canvas where hues evoke the turmoil of unchained emotions. Direction wields dynamic angles. Overhead sweeps amplifying isolation. Rapid cuts pulsing with heartbeat urgency. To mirror psychic storms, composing shots that ensnare you in the vortex. The soundtrack asserts as a living entity, its motifs of grinding distortions and soaring crescendos searing into memory during climaxes, elevating fury while strategic silences scream louder than any blast, reminiscent of Hans Zimmer's pulsating scores in visceral dramas. Voice acting astounds. Jun Siu unleashes a guttural intensity with chilling tremor, embodying a soul consumed by wrath. Nagi's timbre whispers with ethereal depth, infusing her quiet power with soul-stirring clarity. Emotionally, this episode rends and rebuilds. I felt a torrent of visceral dread spiral into cathartic wonder, moments scarring with their raw, unleashing yet igniting sparks of redemptive, much like the collective release in rock concerts post-tragedy, where music transmutes pain into unity. Pivotal convergences, intimate destinies clashing in a sonic fracture that reorients harmonies, connecting to eternal queries. Amid vengeance's roar, what note would you strike to reclaim your chorus? It echoes, as if you're there, the vibrations coursing through your veins. Dare you mute the call? Through a reverse lens, the episode's blistering pacing and opacity and antagonistic motives might overwhelm, yet these reflect deliberate thematic chaos, emulating the disorientation of real historical vendettas like the vendettas of Sicilian feuds, where ambiguity fuels enduring tension to heighten stakes. Complexity and power mechanics could confound newcomers, but it rewards investment as philosophical depth. Minor cliched rage tropes, though present, serve as accessible anchors, balancing fervor with finesse in critique and summation. Episode 9 triumphs in explosive action and soul-deep resonance. Its strengths: searing character evolutions, thematic thunder and auditory mastery, eclipsing fleeting densities to achieve its ambitions as a pivotal, heart-pounding milestone. But as dissonant echoes fade into expectant silence, I ask, can you withstand the quiet when the hero's sound demands your ear, beckoning you to its storm? Watch, and let it amplify your own unspoken furies. The melody of your quest resonates, unfinished.